Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that can affect anyone: manipulation in relationships. Whether it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, or even a family dynamic, manipulation can take many forms and often leaves us feeling confused, powerless, and even guilty. But here's the thing: manipulation is not always easy to spot. It's subtle, sometimes disguised as love or care, and it's often wrapped in emotional tactics that make us question our own reality. So in today's video, we'll be exploring the psychology behind manipulation, common techniques manipulators use, and most importantly, how to protect yourself. Let's get started. Understanding manipulation. What is it and why does it happen? Before we dive into the defense methods, let's first define what manipulation really is. In the context of relationships, manipulation is a form of emotional control or influence where one person uses deceptive or coercive tactics to get what they want, often at the expense of the other person's well-being. Manipulators use tactics like guilt, fear, or confusion to keep their victims off balance and make them doubt their own perceptions. Why do people manipulate others? There are many psychological reasons behind manipulation. Some manipulators do it to gain power and control. Others do it to fulfill their own emotional needs, and some may not even be fully aware of their manipulative behavior. According to Dr. George Simon, a clinical psychologist and expert on manipulative behavior, manipulation often stems from deep-seated insecurity or a need to dominate because of a lack of personal control in other areas of life. The key to understanding manipulation is recognizing that it's often about control, whether that's controlling the narrative, controlling emotions, or controlling your behavior. And while manipulation can be incredibly damaging, the good news is that with the right tools and awareness, you can protect yourself. Common manipulation techniques in relationships. Now that we know what manipulation is, let's break down some of the most common techniques used by manipulators in relationships. These tactics are often subtle and can be difficult to recognize at first, but once you know what to look for, it becomes much easier to defend yourself. One of the most insidious forms of manipulation is gaslighting. Gaslighting occurs when someone deliberately makes you question your own reality. They might deny things that have happened, twist the truth, or even tell you that you're too sensitive or overreacting when you express concerns. Over time, gaslighting can make you doubt your own memory, perception, and even your sanity. It's an incredibly powerful tactic because it erodes your self-trust. According to research published in the Journal of Interpersonal Violence, gaslighting is a common tactic in abusive relationships and can lead to long-term psychological harm, including anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. To defend against gaslighting, it's important to trust your gut feelings and document situations where you feel manipulated. Keep a journal of interactions, conversations, or incidents where you felt your reality was being questioned. Having a written record can help you stay grounded in your truth and avoid falling into the trap of self-doubt. Another common tactic is guilt tripping. Manipulators will often use guilt to make you feel responsible for their emotions or actions. They might say things like, "I've done so much for you. How can you do this to me?" Or, "If you really loved me, you wouldn't do that." By making you feel guilty, they manipulate your emotions to get you to do what they want. Guilt is a powerful emotion, and manipulators know how to use it to their advantage. In a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, researchers found that people who are guilt-prone are more likely to fall victim to manipulative tactics. Manipulators prey on people's empathy, kindness, and desire to avoid conflict. To defend yourself from guilt tripping, it's important to recognize when guilt is being used as a weapon. Remind yourself that you are not responsible for managing someone else's emotions. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding, not on emotional manipulation. Set clear boundaries and don't allow guilt to be used as a bargaining tool. Love bombing is a manipulation technique where the manipulator showers you with excessive affection, attention, and gifts early in the relationship, only to withdraw that attention once they feel you're emotionally invested. This creates a push-pull dynamic that keeps you off balance, always trying to get back to that initial honeymoon phase. Love bombing is often used in the early stages of romantic relationships, but it can also occur in friendships or even family dynamics. The manipulator makes you feel special and loved, but once they have you hooked, they use withdrawal of affection as a form of control. To defend yourself from love bombing, Be wary of relationships that move too fast or feel too intense too soon. Pay attention to how the person treats you after the initial excitement fades. Healthy relationships develop at a steady, natural pace, and genuine affection doesn't come with conditions. Now that we've covered some of the most common manipulation tactics, let's talk about how you can protect yourself. The key to avoiding manipulation is emotional awareness, clear boundaries, and assertive communication. The first line of defense is building emotional self-awareness. Manipulators thrive on emotional confusion, so the more aware you are of your own emotions and boundaries, the harder it will be for someone to manipulate you. Start by regularly checking in with yourself. How do you feel after certain interactions? Do you feel empowered or drained? Do you find yourself questioning your own judgment or second-guessing your feelings? These are signs that you might be dealing with manipulation. Emotional self-awareness gives you the insight you need to recognize when something feels off. Boundaries are your best defense against manipulation. Manipulators push boundaries in subtle ways, but by setting clear limits, you protect your emotional and mental space. For example, if someone is constantly making you feel guilty for saying no, reaffirm your right to say no without explanation. Boundaries are a way of protecting your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Research published in the Journal of Counseling Psychology highlights the importance of setting and maintaining boundaries in relationships, particularly when dealing with manipulative individuals. Firm boundaries act as a barrier, preventing others from encroaching on your emotional space. Manipulators often prey on people who have difficulty saying no. They know that if they push hard enough, you'll eventually give in. Learning to say no without guilt is a powerful defense against manipulation. Practice being assertive without apologizing for your boundaries. Remember, no is a complete sentence. Saying no doesn't make you selfish or unkind. It means you respect yourself enough to protect your own needs and well-being. Practice saying no in small situations and gradually build your confidence to assert yourself in more challenging moments. One of the most important tools you have against manipulation is your intuition. Often, our gut feelings tell us when something is off, even if we can't fully explain why. Trust those instincts. If something feels wrong in a relationship, it likely is. Many victims of manipulation say that they had a gut feeling early on, but ignored it. Don't make that mistake. Your intuition is your body's way of warning you when you're in an unhealthy or manipulative situation. Manipulation can be incredibly damaging, but the more you understand the tactics manipulators use, the better equipped you are to protect yourself. By building emotional self-awareness, setting clear boundaries, and trusting your intuition, you can avoid becoming a victim of manipulation and take control of your relationships. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video on personal growth, mental health, and relationship dynamics. And in the comments below, let me know, have you ever experienced manipulation in a relationship? How did you handle it? Let's support each other and keep the conversation going.